Hello, my name is Eric Tonneson, and I'm an ITS with Virginia Beach City Public Schools, and I currently work at Great Neck Middle Schools and Independence Middle School, split 50-50 between the two. Today we're going to look at Canvas Studio and how it can help you and your students in your classroom. Now I'm going to be honest with you, I had my video on for me to show up on the screen, but the way the slides are organized for this presentation, I was constantly moving my image around and it became more of a distraction than an aid. So I do have my face turned off on this. For that I apologize, but I did want to minimize distractions. So let's jump in. This course is going to help you prepare students to become increasingly knowledgeable and become independent thinkers and inquirers of information as they work towards graduation and post-secondary outcomes in their lives. The learning intentions for this course are: you will be able to curate videos for use in your Canvas courses. You're going to share a YouTube video without any distractions, meaning those annoying ads that appear before the YouTube videos, they will be taken away when you use them in your classroom. You'll be able to create a screencast, a webcast, or both using Canvas Studio and share it in an announcement, page, or discussion. And finally, you'll be able to create a Canvas Studio quiz as an assignment and view the student data that is collected through that assignment. So to start off, I want you to think about any video snippets you may have viewed recently or any photos that you've taken. What did that image or video help bring up in your mind? Did it help make connections to any of your previous learning? Did it help you think about positive or possibly negative experiences you may have had in the long past or in the recent past? Did it elicit a feeling in you? Well, that's what Canvas Studio can do for you and your students. So let's jump in. All right, what exactly is Studio? Canvas Studio is a tool that allows students and instructors to actively engage in learning through video and audio media. Some of you may have used these in the past, some familiar things like screencast-o-matic in the past. It's similar to that. One of the benefits is you do not have to leave Canvas and use an external application such as screencasting to create your media. Canvas Studio is a space that allows for curation of screencast and video resources to use immediately in your courses, and you save them in your library to use anytime in the future. To access Studio, you would open up your dashboard in Canvas and select the Studio button located in the blue global navigation bar. Okay, on the screen, as you can see, I have that highlighted in the red square. Today we're going to look into how we can take media created and curated in Studio and incorporate that into an announcement, page, discussion, and/or an announcement. So let's begin exploring together. What we're going to do is open up Canvas on your computer and find the Studio icon in the blue global navigation indicated on the screen. To help you out, the easiest way to find Canvas is to navigate to ClassLink, and you will find it noted by the red icon with the gray background, and it's noted by Canvas VB. Okay, if you need to pause the video, you may do so now and open up Canvas. Okay, now that you've opened up Canvas, make sure you open up the Studio button in the blue global navigation menu bar on the left, and you'll be presented with My Library. Now, before we jump in, we're going to go ahead and look at some of the icons on this page. Over at the top right, you'll notice in the red rectangle, the record icon allows you to create your own media through the creation of screencast, webcam cast, or a combination of the two. The add icon allows you to input a URL to a YouTube or a Vimeo video for use in Canvas. And then that search icon allows you to enter in keywords to locate a sought-after file in your curated library. These collections of yours will grow over time. And finally, that Add Collection bar allows you to create folders for your videos. Over time, when your video library grows, it can become quite cumbersome to locate something, so adding a collection will allow you to group your videos into collections for easier use and finding what you need quicker. Okay? You'll also receive drop-down lists that will help you filter what you're looking for using keywords. Okay. Once you click the Add icon, you'll be presented with the screen that you see. You'll see Add to My Library, and you'll notice there's a YouTube Vimeo section on the right. What you would do is go find your video online, and you're going to copy, aka share, that link from that video, and you're going to paste that external link in the field below Paste External Link. So what we're going to do is we are going to run through that together. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to pause the video in a moment when I ask you to do so, and I want you to find 2 YouTube videos you might need in September. Now, we'll need these videos later on in this course. Okay? You'll note it says follow steps 1 through 3 on the handout to bring your selected video into Canvas. So I'm going to share that video with you right now, or that document on the screen so you can see it. And we're going to follow steps 1 through 3. So you're going to go onto YouTube, find your video, and then click the share button. That will allow you to copy the link to that video. You'll go back into Canvas, click on the Canvas Studio button in the global nav bar on the left as we did earlier if you don't already have it open, and then you click the Add icon. Paste that share link in the designated YouTube field and select Add Video. This will add it to your library for safekeeping. So at this time, please pause the video now and follow the directions. To help demonstrate this, I'll show you what I mean by grabbing your video off the internet and getting it into your studio library. So I've navigated to one of the videos I used to use in my AP Environmental class, and I went ahead and clicked on Share. What you'll get is the screen that appears that allows you to copy the link, so you click on Copy, and then I'm going to navigate into my sandbox, so that way I can go ahead and get this into my library. So as I said before, you're going to click the Add button, top right, and then below Paste External Link under YouTube Vimeo, you'll paste in your video URL, and then you'll click Add Video. And then you'll notice that your video now appears in your library. This one's entitled Energy Solar PV. Now we'll talk about creating media with Studio using the screen capture button, which is found under Record. What this does is it allows you to capture your screen clicks and anything happening within a field that you want to share with your class or any other viewer. Okay? It's what I'm using tonight to present this course. Okay, so the first step is while in Studio, you're going to click on Record and select the screen capture. Okay. Now, initially, it won't open up automatically. For the first time, you'll receive a pop-up window that asks you to download and install the screen capture application. Okay. Now, what you'll do is you'll follow the directions presented on your screen. If this does not load automatically and download the application itself, what you can do is you can navigate to it in Company Portal, which used to be called Software Center for Virginia Beach City Public Schools, by navigating to the bottom left of your desktop screen on your computer, and in the search field, which is the one with the magnifying glass, type in the words Company Portal and return. Okay. Once you open up Company Portal, you'll type in the search words Canvas Studio Screen Capture and then select Install. Don't worry, using Company Portal, you won't need to use a special password to install it on your device. It will be automatic. Upon successful installation of the screen capture application, you'll be presented with a pop-up window displaying the settings, allowing you to select the type of recording and make adjustments to the screen size and the narration volume. The Preferences button allows you to make changes to the pause hotkey, the webcam big hotkey, mark timeline hotkey, countdown, control bar, webcam preview, full screen record controls, reposition of the cursor on resume, and keyboard controls while paused. The pen icon links to draw and zoom tools, including lines, arrows, boxes, highlights, speech bubbles, and colors. When you grab a corner of the dotted line rectangle as you see on the screen, it allows you to select the area that you would like to record. When you're ready, you click Record, indicated by REC, to begin your recording. In my case, I have my countdown set for 3 seconds, and that is usually what the default setting is. So you'll receive a 3, 2, 1 countdown and go, and then you'll start recording. Your screen actions will be recorded until you select the pause button. You can choose to pause your video and resume your recording, or you may end your recording by clicking Done and provide a title and optional description as noted in item 2 on the screen. Select Upload and your video will be saved in your studio library, noted in item 3 on the screen. So let's take a look what that looks like as I use my sandbox to demonstrate. I will go over to the Record button, select it, and unfortunately, I can't do it because I'm doing a screen capture right now. But if I weren't, you would click Screen Capture. That would open up the dotted line window that you can drag around, and it would also allow you to have your preferences and be able to adjust them as noted in the item 1 on the screen that you see. Next, we'll look at creating media with Studio using the webcam capture. Now, this is the one that I truly like to have used for this presentation. However, as I said, the motion sickness factor would have played in because I would have been having to move my image around on the screen so much because of the way the slides are set up. I didn't want to put you through that. So I am using screen capture for this presentation. So when you use webcam capture, it's similar to what you did with screen capture. You'll notice in box 1 on the screen, when you click on the record button, you'll select webcam capture. When ready, you'll select start recording to start the recording and the word finish to end the recording. Then you'll be prompted to give your creation a title, and you'll select Save Media to have it saved to My Library, which is your library, in Studio. Take a moment, pause the video, and play around with the webcam capture to try it out in studio. Now there's more. You can actually use a combination of screen capture and webcam capture together, where you'll have an image of you down in the corner, which is draggable, while you're capturing the screen at the same time for narration purposes. Pause the video here and give both a try, and then see which you prefer. Now it's your turn. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to pause the video, and you're going to create a welcome message for students using either screen capture, webcam capture, or both of them, with a duration of anywhere from 20 seconds to 1 minute. Okay? Give this a try. Pause the video now. Okay, now we're going to look at how to add studio media that we captured into a module. So first we have to figure out, how we are going to get that in there. So on the screen you'll see steps 4 and 5 on the document that I shared earlier. Okay, we're going to need to add a page to a module in our Canvas course. For this, you're going to use either any of your courses in Canvas that you want to play around with, or what I would use and suggest is your Sandbox course. Okay, and the way you do that is you're going to open up a module and you're going to click on the plus button, select page, then select create page, give it a page name, you're going to enter that in, and you're going to add the item. Okay, you're going to click on that page title that you just created in your module, and you'll select Edit. Okay. Your Canvas Studio YouTube video can be added to the Rich Content Editor, also known as the RCE, using the External Tool plugin button. And you see that to the right on the screen, it looks like a plug with a cord. Okay. You're going to find and select Canvas Studio from the list. Now, initially you'll have to find it from the list, but after you've added a Canvas Studio video one time in Canvas, you'll see that Canvas Studio option pop up the first time you click on the plug icon. Okay? RCEs, which are rich content editors, can be found in Pages, Announcements, and Discussions. So you'll see it in various forms within Canvas. Once you get it open, you're going to toggle on or off the media tabs. Okay? Displaying media tabs is useful if you want users to be able to make comments or ask questions at specific times during the video as they watch it. The time at which a user posted a question will show in the comment made by that user, if you want to use that. Once you've decided if you want to toggle it on or off, you'll click Embed, and that will put your video within that editor. Okay, to help you out, I'm going to demonstrate how to do this. Okay, so here I'm in my Sandbox course, and you can see that I have a module entitled 01-September 6, 2022. I'm going to come over here and click on the plus button. This is in step 4 that you saw in the video. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this says page. By default, it will come up assignment, but you want to change it to page. Okay. Then you're going to click on create page. You're going to give the page a name. I'll just call this one Solar Energy. I'm not going to indent in my course. You can if you want to. And when you click on there, you'll notice you can indent 1, 2, or 3. Think of those like tabs. When you're happy with it, you are going to click on Add Item, which is at the bottom. Pull that up a little bit so you can see it. Add Item. Okay. Now you can see it appeared in the screen right here at the bottom. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come over here and click on solar energy. Give it a moment to load, and now I will click edit at the top right. Okay. You'll be presented with the rich content editor. Now, depending on your screen size that you're using, if you don't see that little plug icon, that is the external tool plugin, you may have to click the 3 stacked cannonballs over to the far right for more, and there you can see it. When I click the drop down, you'll notice I've used Canvas Studio before and others, so you'll see them presented there. Initially, you may have to select it in the pop-up that comes up. Here, I'll just select it since I have mine on the screen. Now, it opens up and my latest video is going to be on top, so I can go ahead and hover over that and select it. Now, as we said before, you can toggle on or off the embed if you'd like. I'm just going to turn mine off for now for this one. And then when you're happy, you'll click embed at the bottom right. And now my video content is inserted into the rich content editor. When you're happy with it, you can save your work. If you're ready to publish your work, if you were ready to use this in a class, you would click Save and Publish. Now, I do want to make a note that it's important that you add directions to your assignment in that rich content editor and state the purpose of the video. Think about those special needs students that when they go to a resource class and work with another teacher in the classroom, they may need a little background information on what the assignment is, because we always can't count on the student to be able to translate what they got in class for the directions from the teacher, either verbally or up on the screen, and that's the last time they saw it. Then they go to their class, and then the teacher's ready to help them, and the student's like, I don't know. And also, if a student misses class, and they're at home and they're struggling, they'll have the instructions there, and perhaps a parent or a guardian or a sibling can help them out as well if you've inputted some directions telling the student exactly what they're supposed to do and the purpose of the video. Just a little important note there. Okay, now it's your turn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to pause the video in a moment, and I want you to add a video from Canvas Studio to your Sandbox module. Okay? Notice it says this follows steps 4 through 5 on the handout, which I just shared with you on the screen. Back up the video if you need to go back, look at that. I always encourage people to take screenshots of those steps. That way you can just open them up on your screen from your desktop and have them in a side window as you do the task. Okay, so at this time, go ahead and pause the video and open up your Sandbox and add a video to a module following those steps. Next, let's work together to see how to create a quiz with Canvas Studio videos. Okay, so the steps you're going to follow in order to turn a video into a Canvas Studio quiz are listed on the screen. You're going to open up your Canvas, click on the Canvas Studio button in the global nav bar on the left in the blue, which you probably already have open. You're going to select a studio video that you curated. You'll be clicking on 3 dots, the 3 stacked cannonballs I've mentioned earlier that you see from time to time, and you're going to select from the pop-up window Create Quiz. Don't stress, I'm going to walk you through on how to do this with the screen share. Okay, you're going to follow the prompts and get started. You're going to learn where to go to insert questions by clicking a plus button, and then you'll get your choice of 3 different types of questions. Okay, true and false, multiple choice, and multiple correct answers. You're going to click on play. You're going to pause when you want to add your question, and you're going to repeat that and follow the prompts as you do it. When you're done creating your quiz, you'll click on done. Okay. As I already stated, there's 3 question types you'll get: multiple choice, true and false, and multiple answer. Okay. The way you're going to do this is you're going to click on play in the studio file, your video. Then when you want to insert a question, you'll click pause, and then you're going to add your question. You'll select multiple choice, true and false, or multiple answer, type in the prompt, type in the correct and incorrect responses, and then you'll repeat play, pause, add. Play, pause, add. And then when you're done, you're going to review it and click done when you're happy with your work. And that will save it as a quiz in your My Library in Studio. Now there's some Canvas quiz settings you want to think about after you've selected your video, selected the 3 stack cannonballs, and create quiz. This pop-up window will show up. You're going to want to enter in a quiz title, okay? One that you'll be able to readily identify when you go to look for it. You may also want to provide an optional description that will be visible to students. And you can also choose to show question markers on the timeline for students or hide them by toggling that toggle button. So when the students are watching the video, if you hide the question markers, the students will have no idea when that question is going to pop up. Okay? It'll look like a normal play bar anytime you watch a video. If you leave it toggled off so that the markers do show, students will know exactly when the next question is going to be popping up by seeing an indicator on the video play bar. Okay. If you're not using this as a quiz, you may also allow the displaying of annotations on the timeline for students. This is a great way to have notes pop up during the video, or the teacher can ask thought-provoking questions, having students making connections between the material presented in the video and past taught concepts. After you've made these decisions, you'll click the Get Started button to get rolling on creating your quiz. To help you out and get you started, I'm going to demonstrate how to choose a video that you've curated or created yourself and turn it into a quiz. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to be sure that you are in Studio and you're looking at your My Library. Now I'm going to select the Energy 101 Wind Power in My Library. There's those 3 stacked cannonballs I mentioned earlier. You're going to select it, choose Create Quiz, and now you'll be presented with that pop-up window. Now I'm just going to call this one Video Quiz Example. Short description: this is a video quiz for demo purposes. Okay. Now, I have savvy students that love to try and scrub through and get right to the quiz, to the questions. So I'm going to leave my question markers hidden on the timeline for this. And since it is a quiz, I'm not going to put any annotations on there, which were those pop-ups or notes that the teacher can put on there just to help students connect prior learning to what they're watching or to ask thought-provoking questions. When I'm happy with what I have, I'll click Get Started. And you'll notice my screen pops up with my video there, and at the very bottom you will see the plus button and the play button. I'm going to click on the play. The video will start playing. Now for recording purposes here, I'm going to click pause. I'm going to click the add, And for this, I normally steer clear of these, but some people like to use them. I'm just going to do a simple true and false question. This video is on wind hour. True or false? I'm going to leave it as true for the correct answer. Now, you can give question feedback if you'd like to, so you can enter comments. If the student gets it correct, you can say, hurrah! Well done. And any incorrect answer, please go back and try again. And you can give any general feedback if you'd like to. When you're happy with it, you'll click Save. Okay? You'll notice now there's a marker. Now it's been saved. It gives you a verification with a pop-up. And then you'll click Play again. Okay? And for this, I must have accidentally hit the question, so I'm just going to click on Save again. And it is now in there. Okay, I will click play. And now my video continues to play. When I'm ready to enter another question, I'll click the pause. I'll click the plus button. I will choose another type, enter in the question, decide if I want to provide feedback for correct and incorrect responses, save it, and repeat the same process. Play, pause, add question, repeat. Play, pause, add question, repeat. After you've added all the questions you'd like in your quiz, and move my screen a little bit, at the top right, you'll click Done. And your quiz has been added. And you'll notice your quiz has been added because right in the top right of your corner over here, you'll see a little rocket ship. The rocket ship in Canvas indicates it is a quiz. So indicated on the image shown on the screen in front of you with the little rocket ship circled and the arrow pointing. When you see a little rocket ship there and you know it's a quiz, you are now ready to embed the Studio Media quiz into an assignment for the students. Okay, now that we created our Canvas Studio quiz, now we're going to work together to create a Canvas Studio quiz assignment. So we're going to get that quiz you created using your media to your students now as an assignment that they can complete. So in this, I suggest using your sandbox, and I'm going to show you, walk you through it as I have been all along using my sandbox in a moment. But I want to go over the directions with you, and should you want to, you can always take a screenshot of the directions on the screen right now on how to add a Canvas Studio quiz as an assignment. So back in your modules, you're going to click the plus button over to the far right and add an assignment to your module. You'll select Create Assignment, and you're going to give it a name that you're going to be able to remember and that the students will see. You're going to type in directions and any learning goals in the RCE, aka Rich Content Editor. And for this, it's a little different than what we did before. This, you're going to actually go to the submission type field, and you're going to select from the drop-down External Tool. This one, we're not going to use that plugin icon that we saw earlier in this course. And you're going to have to find and select Canvas Studio, and you're going to navigate to your quiz, as you know is already indicated by that rocket ship. We're going to embed our video quiz, we're going to select it, and we're going to allow students a set number of attempts that they can have on this quiz. We're going to give it a due date so the students know when it's due, and as always, we're going to save our work in Canvas by clicking Save. Okay, let's demonstrate it. Here you see on the screen, there's my September 6 module that I used earlier, and you can see I added that solar energy video down at the bottom from earlier on in our course. Well, I'm going to go back to the far right, and I'm going to click the plus, and you'll notice assignment is the default. It's at the very top, so that comes up first. I'm happy with that. Then I'm going to click on Create Assignment. I'm going to give my assignment a name. I did my video quiz on wind power, so I'm going to call it Wind Power Video Quiz. You can choose to indent if you want. In this demo, I'm not going to. And you're going to click on Add Item. Move my screen up a little. You'll see at the bottom there, my wind power video quiz is now there. The next thing you want to do is you want to click on your wind power video quiz or whatever quiz you're creating. And you'll see the title at the very top. Now, whenever you have that empty shell in there, you're going to have to make some edits to it to fill it with information. So I'm going to click on Edit. And there you see the assignment name, and there's my Rich Content Editor, aka RCE. Now remember, we're not choosing this plug icon this time. So I'm going to type in the directions for the students, which will be viewable by all that look at this assignment. Please complete the wind power video quiz demonstrating what you have learned. Okay? And as I stated earlier, this is also a great place to put in learning targets, so that way the students can tie the assignment in with which target it goes with, or targets. Give it a set number of points. I'm just going to say 10 for this one. Okay. Now, assignment group, that's kind of like your groups that you find in Synergy. For this, I have some already set up in there. This is just, I'm going to use formative assignment. This will vary for you when you actually set up your Canvas course. So with this Studio course, I'm assuming you already have your course set up, because Studio is more of an intermediate type of interactive in Canvas. So I'm going to assume you have those set up. I'm going to display my grades as points. I'm using a point system in my class, and I want it to show that way. Now, submission type. When you click the drop down, it's indicated in the directions. I want to choose external tool. Okay? You're presented with this. The next step is to click on Find. Next, you're going to scroll to Canvas Studio and click on it. And what this is doing is it's opening up your library in Canvas Studio. Now, I'm going to scroll and I'm looking for that quiz on wind power. And there it is right there. And when you get near the middle, Select will show. I'm going to click on it. Now, earlier, we just left it as it was, the standard embed, and you could put in media tabs if you wanted. For this one, since we are doing a quiz, you are going to want to click on the video quiz tab. So I select that, and this is going to be my video quiz example. That was the title I gave it. And when I'm happy with that, I'm going to click on Embed. Now, the crazy thing here is you have to click on Select again. Select. And you'll notice it put a link in there to your quiz that you created. Now, scrolling further down, you can decide how many attempts. I'm going to keep mine limited. I'm only going to do one for this. You can set the preference to what you want. Syncing to Synergy is if you're using Grade Pass Back. That is another thing that I'm not going to discuss in this course. I'm going to assign it to my whole class. Now, indicated in those directions, I'm going to give it a due date. I'm going to set it for August 11th, and I'm going to give my students until 11:59 p.m. to finish this. Now, in your class, you're probably going to set a shorter time when it's due, like during that class period, but I'm just going to leave the default that popped up there. Okay? You can also decide how long you want this quiz to be available, from a date to a date and time. And when you're happy with what you have, at the very bottom, you can click Save or Save and Publish if you're ready for the kids to see it. I'm going to click on Save. Now when I click back into my modules and I look at September 6th and scroll down, I'll see that my wind power quiz, video quiz, is now ready to go. It gives the due date and tells the students how many points it's worth. Now notice, just a side note, here you see that symbol there with the circle with the diagonal cross out, the verboten symbol. That means it is not published yet. The side note too is that when you see the green check, that means that assignment is published. So if I'm ready to publish, I can simply just click on it and now it is published. Now something that's always a good practice is after you've created a quiz or any assignment really in Canvas is to make sure you click on student view so that way you can see what your students will see when they get to the assignments, during class when they open it up in Canvas. That way you can make sure it's what it looks like the way you want it to look to the students. Here I'm back in my modules in my sandbox again, and when I click on student view, the top right, it opens up. I can scroll down to the wind power quiz, click on it, and then it gives the information that you put into the assignment when you were creating it, tells them 1 attempt, and then they can load the quiz by clicking on it, and it will open it in a new window. Give it some time to load. Pop up. It says they're preparing my video quiz and please check back later. Depending on the usage, it may take a few minutes for it to show up. So please, whatever you do, don't wait to the last minute to do this. And then I'll move this window around a little bit. Sorry about that. I clicking on the wrong window. I'll move it around. And there you can see also while that's preparing. It gives details on this. Now these details here, the Energy 101 wind power, that's directly from YouTube when I had went and curated that video from YouTube. Now you can go in there when you're creating the assignment and you can edit that, but I'm just going to leave it as default. And you'll also be able to see quiz results. For this demonstration, I can't show you quiz results because there's no students to take my quiz right now. But I'll show you kind of what that looks like. After the students have taken their quiz, you can look at insights and look at some of those results that you've gathered from your quiz. So when you click on the quiz, you'll notice in the red box it says Insights. When you click on that tab, you'll be able to get various information such as how many viewers there were, how many plays there were of the video. You will also, if you click on quiz results, you can see by student how many attempts they took. For this, I only had 1, but if they take multiple attempts, it will show the student's name and each attempt and what they scored on it and the time that they submitted it, along with the grade. So just some good information to help you so that way you can see it as a class and see how each student did. It's great for helping you if you want to group your students together for remediation and also those that are ready to be enriched with the material. So just some thoughts. Okay, we've come to that time where now it's your turn again. So in this task, you're going to create a studio quiz using that second YouTube video that you pulled over earlier when we first started this course together. What I want you to do is practice using each of the 3 question format types in your quiz. The true and false, the multiple choice question, and also the multiple correct answer. So try and create a quiz with each question type, at least one of each question type. Okay? Then select student view at the top right and take your quiz. You'll be able to take it as if you're a student in your class so you can see exactly what the students will be going through. So at this time, pause the video and return to that screenshot. Hopefully you took one of the directions on how to create a quiz, or if needed, go back and watch this portion of the video so you're able to do it. Okay, so we're coming to the end. This is the part called sneaking out after lights out. Okay? This is where you're going to take some time on your own without me talking to you and exploring collections on the next 4 slides. Okay, so we're going to create Canvas Studio collections so we can organize all those curated videos we have in my library. Okay, and the first thing you're going to do is, while you're in Studio, is over at that top right, as indicated in the number 1 box there, you're going to click on that plus collection. Then in the second box, give your collection a name, something you're going to remember. You can do it by unit. You can call it Unit 1. So any quiz you create using Studio for Unit 1 will be easily found in the Unit 1 folder. You know, for me, I would probably give it Unit 1 and then give it a name of that unit so it's readily identifiable. Now, once you've created this, your newly named collections will show amongst all your media files in my library. It won't have anything in it yet. So in order to move any of your videos over into that new collection you created, you have to select as what some people call the snowman. Again, remember I referred to it as the 3 stacked cannonballs, or the vertical cannonballs, and select Move To. From that pop-up menu, you'll click the drop-down menu, and you're going to select that collection you just created where you want to move your media. So, the great thing about these collections, into the future, when you have that perfect video that you remember you used in class, but you just can't put your finger on where it is, you'll be able to perform a search in Studio, and you'll be able to find it quickly. Okay? This will save you time looking for it in your files, your Google Drive, which I know mine is all over the place at times. So it helps with that for organization. And also, it helps you from having to go back to the internet, find that video, and do it all over again. Okay? Now, the neat thing is there's more to this. You can also share your collections with your colleagues, allowing them to just view, or you can give them editing rights to that video. So think of it this way. If you're working in a PLC, what a great opportunity for everyone to contribute to that video quiz. Okay? All right, I just want to thank you for joining us. That exit link will not be live because it's from the face-to-face version, but I do encourage you to check out the instructional text site for all things Canvas. And before I leave you, when you are in Canvas, down to below the studio icon in the global navigation menu bar is Help. That is a wonderful resource for you to get help. I suggest you click on the Search Canvas Guides, and you can type in any searches you want, and you will get back both text and, when appropriate and accessible, videos step-by-steps with diagrams on how to create things in Canvas, whether it's for Studio or anything else in Canvas. Again, thank you for your time, and I hope you find this beneficial.